Page 84, Strolling Down the Midway. They're not introducing anything new in this lesson. We're using what we have, but the music is getting a little more involved. So I'm going to go through the process I used to learn a new piece of music and see if I can figure it out. I look it over and I see it's one page of music. The piece is actually longer than that, but it's only one page of music to deal with. All I want is an idea how long it is. It doesn't need to be exact. What am I getting into? That's the high level. Now I look a little deeper. Treble and bass clef. 2 sharps in the key signature, so we're in the key of D major. Make sure you're doing the D major scale like I explained in the video for it. 6/8 time, which helps to explain all these eighth notes, because an eighth note gets a count. Okay. Remember then, a dotted quarter note is the same as 3/8 notes, so a dotted quarter note would get 3 counts. So keep that in mind. Quarter note would get 2 counts. Does it make okay? Nothing new. It's just we've had this before. I want to take it one hand at a time. Make sure I got each hand under control, because when I go to put the hands together, it's like starting over sometimes. Right hand, we're starting here. Don't forget the C sharp. It's in the key signature, but it's 1, 2, rest. And again, I connect everything at first. We'll do these staccatos and things later. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, come down. See, we're taking advantage of the 2 G's. It's repeated. We're changing hand positions on repeated notes. That's all. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, rest. It's just like in a D major scale. So if you can do the scale, that third measure should not be a problem, I hope. And that dotted quarter note's 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, rest. And the second line is the same almost. Measure 9, you're down here. You have rest before it, you got time. You just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest. And then measure 11, not a problem, I hope. That's okay. Let's go down to the last line, the coda, measure 17. That's a D, and you should know that note. Way up there. During the rest, come down. The rest come down, and again it's that scale going up. Keep in mind, when you get these scale passages in the music, they can start and end on any note, but when you get into it and play it, it feels like you're playing the scale. Left hand's got broken chords, because if you take all the notes in the first measure, it's just a G chord. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's a D chord, a 1 chord, and 5, 7 chord. That's all we're doing here. The last line, measure 17, you're up here, and then they want thumb again. You can just as easily reach out and use a little finger if you want. You have to move somewhere. They're moving between measure 17 and 18. They're moving here. You could wait and move between 18 and 19. I could go here and then move down here. It's a personal choice. The book fingering is fine though. You to come down here. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to come down between measures 17 and 18 here, I suggest second finger on the D, not thumb. This way you're in position for little finger on the A. This is your position. Because if you use thumb, now you got to either use 4, which I don't recommend, or you got to scrunch up. So just use second finger on that D. Or as I said before, you can just stay there, use little finger, and then come down. And then here, last measure is here, D and an F sharp. You don't want to be up in here, you got to come up here. And then a D at the end. I'll leave that up to you and your teacher to decide your fingering. Put the hands together. Well, at the beginning of the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The right hand comes down. The left hand comes up. 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. And on measure 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right when I play this, the right hand comes up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Measure 9, we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest. it some more. Last line, you're up here. As I play the second D here, the left hand comes up. For rest. And again, the last measure, as I play the end here, that comes up. Try and lift up at the right times on these. I know when we add the staccatos, that changes everything. I don't care. I'm connecting everything right now, and it's good practice. Good habit to get into to be accurate on when you're lifting up on these notes. Then once I have the hands working together, more or less, I go back through any tricky spots and work out the hesitations. The whole piece needs to be a steady beat at some speed. You keep it slow, it's fine. And once I can do that, then I think about the articulation. I'm going to hinge at the wrist here, and I'm bouncing off the keys. I'm a boom here. 2, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. See that last, the measure 4? That's not staccato in the right hand. Again, you lift it up when you play the left hand. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Measure 9, follow the slurs to connect it. You have to lift up because there's a rest there. And then the last line, left hand staccato. Now on measure 17 and 18 here, get the left hand down where it goes immediately while you're playing the right hand, because you got to move the right hand. You don't want to move both hands at the same time. So it's good. I'm here ready to go. Here. Yeah. So once you get an idea of the articulation, then we'll think about the dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte, was sort of loud, and again that applies to the melody. Here it's the right hand. That's sort of loud, whatever you think that is. This left hand needs to be soft. A little bit of weight over here in the right hand and very light in the left hand. Again, this playing heavy and light on the hands like this is something you can practice while you're doing the scales. Since you're doing the scale anyway, you can practice this other stuff. And that way, when you get it in pieces like this, it's easy to do. 2, 3. Now, measure 9, you go up to loud here. And measures 9 and 10, it's all melody. Then it's the right hand. Measure 13, come down to moderate, you're going to echo that. And then at the end, you're loud at measure 17 in the right hand. Now, moderately soft, and the left hand's very soft. And then you're going to start out, you can start this out at moderately soft or soft, either one. This is the last two measures. And you're going to crescendo up. You have the hairpin to go up to loud. There, to loud. Left hand is in the background. And that last note can be played a little louder, because the melody ended with that. It's over. So then you can do that. And then speed. Well, it's kind of tricky in 6/8 time, because sometimes it's the speed of the beat, and sometimes it's the natural accents, the speed of the natural accents. A lot of times in 6/8 time, it's felt in 2. And when they talk moderato, they're talking that. 1, 2, 1. That 1, 2, and that's kind of a slow 2. These 8th notes are going to slow it down. You know, how fast do you want those to go? Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that's a fast moderato, but nevertheless you want it to flow. It's a that's more like a 1, 2, 3. In this case, it's going to be the speed of the beat here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. But then this just drags. Are you sure you want to drag it that much? You might want to speed it up just a little bit for that, but not too much because the eighth notes. Look at measure 9, that line, this. How fast you feel that line should go. And that can be your speed. But again, don't drag these. Just, that's too... It's a balance between the two speeds. So the eighth notes want to slow it down, and these quarter note eighth rest things want to speed it up. For me, I play at a different speed probably every time, and it depends on how much coffee or wine I've had. But it's you feel it. Now, as far as the road map goes, you see on the end of the fourth line down there, measure 16. Above the staff it says DC al coda. You've had all that before. DC, remember, means go back to the beginning. Al coda means go to the coda. Well, coda sign is a circle with the crosshairs, and that's at the end of the second line, or measure 8. So when you finish measure 8, then you immediately jump down to measure 17. You match the signs together. And that's the overall road map. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Keep the wrist fluid in here. Don't stiffen up. And you don't copy me now. Get into it and feel it. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs. We're just playing notes and rhythms here. I'll do the staccatos. And we're going to do the DC al coda thing also. So I'll give us 6 counts. This is just to check, to make sure you have all the correct notes and rhythms. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 2, 5, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the coda. 4, 5, 6. 5, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, rest.